Studios, Kickback Podcast, Case and Jarard J.
Kickback Podcast. Kickback Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kickback Podcast. Jarard J, along with Alicia Coley. Case is not with us tonight. Case is not feeling well, but he'll be back next Wednesday. Don't worry about it. He had a little something happen. He's in the bed right now. Definitely not doing well. So we are going to hold the situation down. Try to have some fun tonight, despite everything that's messed up going on in our society right now. Hopefully, we can do that. And to help us with that, one of the funniest people you will ever see. I've been watching dude for a very long time, man. And, you know, it's good to have this type of energy in here along with Alicia. This is going to be a fun time. First of all, hi, Alicia.
Hi, Jarard. How are you?
You got your situation, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I do. I try to, you know, keep it funky.
Yeah.
You know.
I need you to introduce our guest because I'm excited about this one right here because I know we're going to have some fun tonight.
Okay, let me tell y'all. So first of all, let me introduce myself because Jarard always does
Look,
this.
man, I'm not doing no long drawn.
I think he does this on purpose, guys,
I
because you know
I do.
I am comedian Alicia Coley. Part 3 of the podcast, the Kickback Podcast.
It don't say that on your birth certificate. It don't say comedian Alicia Coley on your birth certificate.
Also, producer, promoter, 360 photo booth pioneer. What else I do? I started my Italian Nice business.
Here's the thing,
called
though.
Swallows because you
Here's the
need
thing.
to swallow some Italian Nice.
Wow.
But
Wait, the name of the business is Swallow?
it's called Swallows.
Oh, you ain't never going to get promoted on no radio station
Oh
or
yes,
nothing
I
like
am.
that.
Swallows is a bird, sir.
Yeah.
Look at the dictionary. It's good. It is. Anyway, we got a guest in the building, guys. This man is a walking legend, if you will.
Most definitely.
I've been watching him since I moved to Atlanta, even before that. But I've been here 8 years, and I've seen this man so many times on stage. And every time I've seen him on stage, he has not disappointed not one person in the audience. Welcome. All the way from Alabama by way of Atlanta. Welcome, Mr. Steve Brown.
Hey.
What's happening? I'm glad to be here, man.
How you doing, bro?
I'm great, man. Great. I mean, I see y'all are already going hard. I mean, about the swallow thing. I'm like,
You know,
man,
and she does this every week. Like she starts from minute one and goes at me in Case every week.
I have to. I got to keep them on their toes. You know how it is.
Well, tell me more about swallows.
Well,
I mean, can I invest? I mean, can I?
you sure can.
Can I put some towards it?
Some sweat equity in it. Can you put some sweat equity
in it? I want to put some.
You listen, you sure can.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I actually should have bought some tonight, but I will bring you some when, you know.
I mean, I'm not going to swallow it.
Yes,
Hell
you
no.
are. You
No.
want to swallow this Italian Nice, Steve. It's good.
Okay, right.
It's
That's
good.
a hell of a name. Hey.
Yes.
All right.
People
That's what I
love
said.
it.
So what made you name it that though?
Yeah.
Because, okay, so true story. I am afraid of birds.
Oh, so you trying to tell me that there was no innuendo behind it? You weren't thinking in the back of your mind. Don't do that to the people.
I can't tell you that. I can't say that I was not trying to play on the word also.
Oh, you played on it.
Yeah. You did play on it.
It's a bird.
Y'all know she Philadelphia freaky.
A very agile bird who is really small in stature. I'm a small person. I'm only 5'3", you know, so I still have my agility, and I still, you know, will protect what's mine. And that bird does that as well, even in his small stature.
That has nothing to do with that goddamn. Can I curse on here?
Yes,
It
you can.
has nothing to do with that goddamn drink. You were probably doing something that night, drinking, and you saw something that wasn't becoming, or whatever was becoming, and you like, you know what? I'm gonna name it that.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I've named it Swallows because it's a bird.
We don't believe you. You need
Hell
more people.
no.
You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. I mean, you know, hey,
It definitely is an eye catcher. When people walk by, they be like,
it's a
"What
catcher.
Swallows?"
It's a damn sure catch.
Yeah, let's go catch something.
Yeah, it's a catcher, all right.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, "How many you need? How
You
many
over
can
there
you
doing
take?"
esophagus
It's
exercise.
catching, yeah.
Hey.
There's a lot of catching going on when
Let
you're
us-
drinking swallows.
Right. But this don't heat up your throat. This cools it down.
Hell no. You should get another one called Spitters. Look, I'm just saying.
See,
So
we're
you
coming
got-
in hot.
You can have flavor. You either get the swallows or the Spitters. It doesn't matter.
So what's
you
the
know
best seller? Pineapple?
The pineapple is one
See?
of the best
Yeah,
sellers.
Yeah.
Yeah, burn my ass. You know
I
what I'm
can
saying?
tell you, your
Mango
worst seller
is
is
one of the best.
asparagus. that
is
shit ain't,
disgusting.
that shit ain't selling at
Let
all.
me tell you.
Ain't buying that.
Hell no.
What's
You
your,
can't
you
get
got
that
an
one.
asparagus story?
You know what? Hell yeah, I thought I was dying.
Yeah.
I ate some asparagus. Yeah. I thought I didn't know anything about it. You know,
Right.
like I just like to try my veggies, eat my veggies or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And like 10 minutes later, I had to go use the restroom, and I'm like, wait a minute, somebody. I don't know who have I been with. Somebody got me.
Somebody got me.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, no. I was thinking, wait, nobody got me because I walk around with the condom on, so I know ain't nobody got me. So I'm like, yeah, something's wrong. So yeah, the asparagus feel like everything is dying.
Same thing, Steve. Same thing happened to me. Now in the black household, we don't really eat asparagus.
Yeah, I don't like asparagus.
So the
I ain't-
first time
love
I
it.
had it, I was like, oh, this nigga done gave me something.
Wow. Yep.
I
Is it-
said,
what is
I'm
it, a
about to
smell
call my
situation?
doctor. Yes,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
you get
okay.
that.
Okay.
You get that smell. It's supposed to be like what's a water bait? Like
I don't know.
it takes your water out or
It
something
smells like
that.
swallows.
No, it don't. No, it not. No, it
The
don't.
last one on the menu is like down here.
At all.
No, but real talk.
I thought
it
my
will-
lines was crossed.
It will make you assess your whole week. especially if you were a whoremonger like I was when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, that's
You
my
was
grandma
off
job.
it.
Yeah, I was a whoremonger.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, hold on, who? No, she didn't do it. No, so it make you really think about what's going on or what you eat or
Right.
whatever, and and it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, before we dive off into it, I just gotta throw this out there.
Here we go.
A doctor.
I already heard.
wait. Let me. A doctor, who had just put somebody under anesthesia, who was about to get a C-section, decided to pull his hammer out.
And make us swallow.
And exactly. And this is. Did you hear about this story?
No.
You didn't hear about this
I
story.
have not heard about this.
Hey man, he all up on it too. They
Damn.
secretly videotaped
There's a
it.
video of this.
And he was serious as hell. You know you serious as hell when you trying to get your Johnson sucked when you get on your tippy toes.
And she incoherent.
No.
He was trying to force the hammer, and she's incoherent. She's
Right.
under anesthesia.
First of all, she's about to have a baby.
yes.
Right, and she
She was a sexy mama, huh? Like, what the hell?
Look, she was
What a
she
pervert.
was under, but she was still like, and he's still trying to, like, damn, bro. She said no mean
Right.
no, and he just he
No.
did it anyway.
No,
You-
mean no. Even
you-
with your mouth closed.
Hey, they
you heard me.
Yeah, she was out.
Out.
Damn.
Out cold.
About to get cut open.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He comes to this side of the curtain. You
Right,
understand what I'm
right.
saying?
Curtain number 2.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Take the hammer out and actually try. It was like trying to move it to make sure that the landing was proper.
Right,
In the-
Oh
right.
my god.
Yes.
So
And
it's-
it's on video.
He trying to teabag her.
Oh, you
But
going
no
to jail?
tea.
You going to jail, sir?
Yeah, he
You talking some just the tip? No, Negro, no.
Nah, it wasn't on hell. He tried to teabag her with no tea.
That's a
Okay, so
shame.
so that happens, but then I kept reading,
Yeah, me too.
and I found out this isn't the first time he's done
yeah,
this.
he
Of
did it
course
like
not.
5 other times.
Of course not. He
Yeah,
is a
if-
serial.
No, he's what you call he's persistent and consistent. He's not a quitter. At first you
Right.
don't succeed, try again.
Right.
So he didn't get it right the first 4 times. We're like, you know what? I'm gonna dick her down this time, but she ain't gonna know it. You ain't gonna know it.
I wonder what he's telling himself before he do that. Like, yeah, she wants me. You know how some men are like, or people. I'm not even gonna relate it to some men because women do that. Like, oh, he wants me. But I wonder if it's a thing in his mind. Like, as soon as I put this anesthesia on her, that means she want me automatically.
You know what But I thought the media was messed up when they gave the woman's name. That's
That's
that
messed
was
up.
so
her
cold-blooded.
name. Her name was Lindsay Throat Baby Johnson. I'm like, wait
You
a minute,
ain't
hold on.
lying,
Yeah,
Steve
Throat
Brown.
Baby. I am, but I just wanted to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Make it interesting. You know the media lie anyway, so
So
we might well throw
crazy.
ours in there
You
too.
got to.
Right.
But
Right.
look, this is the listen. I first of all, when I first seen it, I didn't believe it. I was like, "There's no way in hell."
Right.
Then the video pops up,
Uh-huh.
and I said, "I can't wait till the night because I got 2 comedians in the room. This is crazy." And then the funny part about it is, it's a clear video. It's not a grainy video.
It's clear.
Right.
You can see. So Doc is looking around like this
Yeah.
to make sure there's other people in the room. There's other doctors in the room.
Yeah. You
I
can see
wonder
it-
if they
you
all
can see
do
his
this.
pubic hair. You can,
I wonder if
it's
they-
that clear. Yeah.
Doc is looking around like this. While you go after the hammer, he's like, just let me see if anybody watching me.
They
Yeah.
probably go in a circle. Like, it's
he
your
was
turn this time.
He was adjusting his stance and everything.
The whole 9, yeah.
Right. I'm gonna get perpendicular to right here to her
Right.
jaw, and then her jawline is gonna line up with my 5th pubic hair, and then I'm gonna he did
He
all
had
that.
the
Yeah.
bed raised. He's like, raise it up.
Right,
Like, raise it
right.
up.
But the thing is, he had on a shirt that made it so obvious.
Yes.
The shirt
Terrible.
says swallow. Look, I'm happy. I'm so happy
This
to
is
be
why
here.
he's a genius.
I'm so
Okay.
happy to be here. You
We
know,
happy to have you, bro.
hey, appreciate it, man.
You know, we were just talking about this too.
Oh, hell.
This is you started something in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you are a forefather. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking
You
about?
are the
sir?
first person.
Look, hey man, I did not.
No, wait.
I did not put my Johnson down nobody's throat
No.
when they was
No,
sleep.
but let me
I
tell
rubbed
you-
it across her face, but I never did it. So
Let me tell you what you did do though. You were always and forever. They should enshrine you somewhere.
Yes,
Okay,
they
here we
should.
go.
Because you're the first person
First
that
comedian.
made somebody feel comfortable running up on stage trying to attack you. You're the first person that happened to.
You know
That
what?
we're aware of.
That we know of.
You know what? People really getting that like misconstrued. That wasn't even about me. People
Oh.
it wasn't about me. He was already fighting people before he came up there. It's just so happened. I'm gonna tell you something, man. If you see Negroes fighting and you are close by, whoever the aggressor is, my advice to you is don't make eye contact with that motherfucker because now he think you a part of the situation. I just make, and then I'm gonna tell another thing. Black people, we should not do when people are fighting or somebody got some crazy shit going on. Black people, we are the most the caring race it is.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
we can see somebody having a bad day, and the first thing we do is go up to them and say, "What's wrong?"
Right.
That's
and they
true.
just unleash everything on your ass, and there you are. So, but the thing is, he had a situation going on with his girlfriend. He had just got out of prison,
Wow.
like a
okay.
couple of days before.
Okay.
From doing 7 years, I think, or something like that. So he was pretty much institutionalized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
He had some built-up
something
frustration.
happened, and he pretty much panicked because he pushed his mom down. His girl tried to intervene. He socked the shit out of her. The funny part to me was they had one security guard. He was old as hell. He had to be like, old as hell. And you knew he was old because he had on some sweatpants and Stace Adams. So I already know the nigga was old as hell. Now,
Right.
And a
but
button-down
the thing
shirt.
is, this is what tripped me out. He tried to intervene and got socked. He got hit dead in the face, but his left Stace Adams flew off. I don't know what hit. I don't know if it's Stace Adams like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I don't want to be a part of this or what. It flew
Right.
off. You know what I'm saying? So he fighting people. And next thing you know, the host of the show, he was like, "Man, don't worry about it. We got him." I'm like, "Okay, what do you mean to finish the show or whatever?" Because believe it or not, the guy was on the third row. He was enjoying himself.
Right.
I mean, because I don't make it my business to pick on people in my audience.
Right.
Unless you're just doing something just belligerent and you'd be being disrespectful to the show. So, because I try to be as entertaining as I possibly
Right.
can. All right. So he's laughing. He's doing all this. And then in the middle of the show, this motherfucker just stand up. Just stand up as if he had just hit some swallow.
Like
And then-
somebody called his name.
Yeah, like he
The
swallowed.
asparagus flavor
Like
too.
it's
Yeah.
like Jesus called
Yeah,
him.
right. So
That's
his
stupid.
girl, she notices something is wrong because everybody's laughing and he's just staring there looking in his face. So apparently, he was going through something. Come to find out, he was severely bipolar. Hadn't been taking his medicine.
yeah, well-
That
Training
sound like
for
an
all
alien
that, you know what I'm
abduction.
saying? Plus, he was on that swallow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thank you.
then, girl, she puts her hand on his shoulder like, "You okay?" Turn around and super sock the shit out of him. Your mom gets up, try to intervene, pushes her down. Then everybody, and then of course other people got involved because let's say you were at the club and your girl get her foot stepped on or something happened. Now you must
Yeah,
like, what's
yeah,
up? You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? All that's going
He's
on.
not going to
So
do
wait,
that.
all
He's-
this happened before he came on stage?
Yes.
See, we didn't see none of that.
Exactly. You know, people cut the cameras
Yeah.
on when all this up. So now, during all this, he make eye contact with me. I got something to do with it. And I'm looking like, "Nigga, I ain't did shit to you. I'm entertaining you. We
Right,
friends."
right.
You know, so next thing you know, he started coming towards the stage, and the dude, the comedian that emceed the show, he was like, "Man, don't worry about security, got him." Now I'm looking at Willie Earl with his one shoe off, like obviously he don't have it.
He ain't got
so
it.
now he coming on up to the stage, the same dude that was like, "Man, we got him. Do your show." As soon as this dude put his foot on the stage, this nigga did this and walked away.
The security dude?
Yeah, no, the guy that was up there with me,
Oh,
the so-called
yeah.
co-host. But we have an unwritten code as far as comedians. If Alicia's at a show and somebody's trying to assault her, we all fight.
We all
Okay.
in.
That's just what it
That's
is.
okay.
Period.
This comedian like, I saw security get his shoe knocked off. I ain't trying to get my Nike knocked off, so I'm gonna get the hell out.
So you on your own?
I'm on my own.
Wow.
So now, what people don't know is I box. I've been doing it for years.
Right.
All right. So I did what I was supposed to do. I didn't turn my back on him. I kept him in front of me.
Right.
So this dude, he's swinging. I'm slipping him. I'm doing all this stuff. So he got tired and got frustrated. So he picked up a mic stand.
Right.
Now, all of that boxing training I did. I didn't train for that. I did not train for that. My leg, like, what the fuck you gonna do? And I'm like, man, we gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
So he swung the mic stand and it broke, and the base of the mic stand flew off, hit a wall, hit a lady in the back. She required like 4 or 5 stitches.
Damn.
All right, so I mean, like, several people went to the hospital that night.
Yeah.
So he continues on. He's still swinging, and then next thing you know, he picks up the bar stool. My legs were like, "Fuck it, just let him hit you."
Really? Okay.
So he threw the bar stool and hit me right here, and as soon as he hit me, he snapped out of it and walked off stage. Like
What the hell?
Like ain't shit happened.
Right.
So now I'm like, man, one reason I didn't hit him, my main reason, he was wide open. Wide the fuck open because he's swinging all
Yeah,
like this,
yeah.
and winging
Yeah.
wow.
Making room
All
for a
right, so
two-piece.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, okay, if I hit this dude and he get hurt, will I get sued? All this other stuff is going on. So I'm gonna wait on security. Willie Earl, but he's still knocked out. He's still asleep.
Yeah.
So and I look over my shoulder thinking there are people that going to help. They sitting there like this, just with the phones
all the
out.
time.
Yeah, the whole time.
Of course.
So finally, his dad or somebody came and got him, and believe it or not, the only 2 people that intervened were the dudes that work in the kitchen. Now we got another problem because now we got hot wings and fries and shit burning. People ain't getting no order.
Right.
So people mad. You know what I'm saying? So they take me to the green room because now I'm like really pissed. I was like, fuck it, I'm in fuck it mode.
Yeah.
So they take me to the green room. Then next thing I know, I hear that he comes back with his shirt off. Security gets up, go behind him, and for some odd reason he came back, but security never came back. So he breaks out running, and that was the end of the story.
That's crazy.
But the crazy part is, after the whole altercation, his mom, his family, they came back in the green room. I have a bloody arm because I think he caught me with the mic stand. I required 1 stitch, and they were back there taking pictures of me having a good old time. They was very apologetic. And then that night, the next day, I got a call from him. And we've been talking ever since.
Really?
Even in prison. And now he's out of prison, doing his thing, got a family and all that. So what I did, now this is the get back. He said he was kind of low on money. So I said, I'll tell you what, everybody saw what happened, so let's do an exhibition. And I'm going to come to your hometown, and we just going to do it like 3 rounds. I'm going to beat that nigga ass.
Legally.
I'm going to beat that nigga ass to death. I'm going to be, real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. And he's like, yeah, man, we can do this. Put a little money in our pocket. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to need all that money for your fucking jaw. Because I am going to... And then I'm gonna knock you out, and then I'm probably gonna do what that doctor did to that lady. I'm doing every goddamn thing. I'm going to humiliate you,
Hey,
right?
hey.
And then I'm gonna pour some goddamn swallow on you. I'm gonna do it all.
The asparagus flavor.
Yes,
You get all asparagus.
all of it.
Oh my
All of
gosh,
it.
I hate you. I love you. I hate you. I love you.
So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
we're gonna do it for charity, but after this
But he
situation,
get that ass whooped,
he
though.
gonna need charity.
Yeah, he get
gonna
that
need
ass
all
whooped,
that.
though.
He gonna so because and he knew I think he had I set him up because he sent me some clips of me working out. He's like, "Hey man, you box for real?"
Wait,
don't
time
you?"
How he
out,
get
time out,
clips of you?
time out, time out.
Thank
He's
you.
like,
Wait.
Right.
20-second time out. He's sending you clips of you working out?
Right, but he didn't know that I boxed for real.
No, but
so he's like, "Hey man, so I'm gonna need a little more time." Nah, motherfucker, no, you're not. No, you're not. Let's
How
get
he
it
get
done.
the clip? You put him on his Facebook or something?
Yeah, no, I have clips out there.
No,
I'm
but
working out all that.
I'm as a grown man, like I'm not. Ooh, look at Steve Brown boxing. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Let
I
me
think-
send it to
no,
him. Let me
see, the
download
thing
it to my
is-
phone,
see, the
save it,
thing
and send it.
is, he is a street brawler. He just like I'm gonna fight you
Yeah.
in the club. He didn't, but he's never run up on
A person that's
technical.
trained. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you notice, you seen the fight.
Yeah.
I didn't turn my back.
Right.
I just stayed right in front of
Right,
him.
which
I
is the
didn't
first
swing
thing you
not-
learn.
Not one punch.
Yeah.
Just straight footwork. You know what I'm saying? Angles and all that. And he was wide open.
Yeah.
So now he's in the back of his mind like, this motherfucker, he a comedian, but he really do throw hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm gonna be telling jokes and all that, whether they work or not.
Right.
It don't matter.
Yeah. So that was that story, man. But definitely, I mean,
Damn,
of course,
see, you see what you learn when you hear the whole story?
of course, man.
You
But
know what I mean?
it got really worse after that because I knew something was going to go wrong when the club manager, he's not the manager anymore. He was like, man, this is going to turn into a social media shitstorm.
Yep.
So when it reached social media, the question was, where was security? So what they did was they flipped the story like I antagonized them.
like
They did. That's exactly what they did.
I did all this, and the people who were there, they was like, no, he didn't. Everybody was trying to. So they tried to blackball me. I had a club owner here in Norcross. He was in on it too. Okay, it got.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gary, I can't stand you, motherfucker. But you're my dude now. We good now. But I beat your ass. Yeah. So yeah. No, Gary, my dude, man. But I think he was wrong as hell. It's all about the business though.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you got to protect your business, and I get it. And he was still fucked up, but he got another comedian involved, which made it worse. And this young lady she was innocent, but she didn't know what the hell she was doing at the time.
Right.
At that time, Gary and the club owner, they were really good friends. So I guess I would say the smear campaign had started even before I left Columbia, South Carolina. I stayed in the hospital that night. Well, I didn't stay because the thing is, I was just in the emergency room so goddamn long. You know how emergency rooms can be.
Man.
So I'm leaving like 6 o'clock in the morning. My phone blowing up. I'm like, what's going on, man? What's going on? Why is everybody calling me? Man, Jess Hilarious just going in on you. I remember just
that.
going in. And I'm like, for real? I don't even know her. She don't even know me. So I put it together. Gary was managing Jess Hilarious at the time. And he told her a bunch of stuff and told her what to do and all this stuff.
What?
So me being the petty guy that I am, I'm like, okay, you want to do this? We gonna play this game? I got on the internet and lit that ass up.
Right.
And she went away.
Right.
So
now that I remember too.
Yeah.
and she went away. You know what I'm saying? So, we've talked since then. We're cool. Love her to death. She good people. You know what I'm saying? But I think she learned a lesson not to fuck with a real comic. You know, and that was just what it is. That's what it is. So because sometimes I was taught a long time ago by my grandfather. Sometimes you got to give people what they give you to see if they like it.
You're absolutely right.
And I gave her ass
Facts.
that swallow, and she did not like it.
Asparagus flavor.
Asparagus flavor.
And the thing about it, that really goes along with this is these type of things after that happened started happening a little more frequently.
Exactly.
Everybody knows about the situation with Dave Chappelle, and there have been some others. Today, here in Atlanta,
Oh shit.
you heard about this, right? Today they came down with a statute that says basically that they're looking to shut down businesses that have 2 or more incidents of violence on their property within 12 months. If the incidents can occur within a 2-year period. So basically, social media when this news came out and went crazy and said, oh, they're targeting minority-owned businesses because they're talking about nightclubs and comedy spots and bars.
Well, let me say this. I think personally they are. Why? Because when white people fight at their clubs, it's like a big celebration. They're just having a little fun.
And they got a nice name for it. It's a mosh pit.
We're just having a good. When we get to fighting, it's an all-out fight. But then again, we do be brawling over some bullshit.
I was about to say,
we be brawling over some bullshit.
I'm gonna take a different stance on this, and there's gonna be some people that feel it and some that don't. But one thing people know about me is I'm very transparent about everything. So at the end of the day,
He's kind of light skinned.
when I read,
I told you.
nigga, you are 2 shades lighter than I am.
No,
What are you talking about?
hold up. You're not gonna disrespect me. I don't give a damn who showed up. I'm beige. Okay, I'm not light skinned. You can get off me with all that. Y'all light skinned. I'm beige.
First of
nigga.
all, sir, I'm not light skinned. I'm darker than Jarard.
No,
okay?
y'all got the
Yes, I
same
am.
complexion.
No, I am darker
Who
than
makes them
Jarard.
glasses you got on, baby?
It don't matter. I am darker than
How are
him.
you-
He
No.
gonna do this a lot. He
No.
going to refuse
First of all,
that.
you are mulatto, number
no,
one, and
you are a
don't do that.
undone
Don't
French
do that.
fry.
No,
Okay.
I am Werther's.
You see this? Racism is still prevalent. They just going.
And I want to keep having fun, but I do want to say this because when this came out, the first thing that I saw on social media was everybody attacking the bill. Everybody saying, "Oh, it's all about them attacking minorities. It's all about this." My thing was this though: if you look at the things and incidents that do happen at spots, it's gotten to the point, especially here in Atlanta. I don't know where you live, but especially in Atlanta, it's gotten to the point where people don't even want to go to places no more.
Exactly.
You know why? Because people are getting shot. We're not talking about fighting. We're talking about people that are getting shot, stabbed, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Over nothing.
Over nothing. Shouts out my boy Shaka as he continues to get better. Like these things happen to people that just happen to be there. You don't hear about in white establishments nobody getting shot and dead. They might have a bar fight.
Right.
They might throw a bottle here and there. Right. Nobody's shooting and stabbing inside these establishments.
And you know, I'm gonna tell you something else too, man. Every fight that I've seen on social media that has happened here in Atlanta, a fight broke out. And somebody was shooting in the club.
Right.
Every time. So it has to happen, man, because the thing is, you know, we tend to say, man, y'all attacking us, y'all look at the white people, but black people, it's time to start cleaning up around our
Thank you.
doorstep.
That's what I was trying to say.
Look, you ain't got to try to say it. I'm gonna say it for you.
Yeah.
We are our own biggest fucking problem.
Yeah.
I mean, and people, and the first thing we like to do is say the white man. I'm gonna tell you another phrase that gets on my god dog nerves. Play a hater.
Yeah.
You a hater.
Yeah.
Let me explain that to y'all.
Yeah.
I can come in. I can be musty as hell. Like I come in this bitch smell like a Whopper. Okay, a Burger King Whopper, a whole
onions.
Whopper, extra onions. I'm musty as hell.
That's a nasty smell right there.
Right. And I'm mixed with swallow.
You know what?
Asparagus flavor.
Yeah, drizzle with swallow all over me. Right. Okay. So now,
Swallow all over me.
swallow all over me. Yeah. Yeah. So with that being said, you like, hey, my man, no offense, but you kind of musty. The first thing I'm gonna say is, why you hating?
Yep.
We use that phrase
Yeah.
as a defense mechanism. We don't want to hear anything about us. We don't want to hear any type of constructive criticism, especially young people.
We don't.
A motherfucker gonna be falling off the back of a truck. Watch out, man, you gonna fall. Nigga, why you hating?
Nigga, I'm flossing.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
hating. We
Yeah.
we overuse that term so much.
Yeah.
And it's so out of place.
Yeah, I said it the other day on social media, and you know, when I said it, people started going crazy. I said that, you know, why don't Black Lives Matter to Black people? And when I posted that, and I named some incidents, and this was a situation where within 48 hours, when I posted this, within 48 hours, I had heard a laundry list of somebody got shot. A black woman shot another black woman in a dollar store. A black man robbed a dude, then shot and killed his son for trying to defend. Like, it was story after story after story after story, and it's all us.
Yeah,
and it's all us.
But the thing is, they say all this stuff, and they pointing all this stuff out. But guess who's the villain for bringing it up? You are.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I
Man,
feel
fuck nigga
two
bringing
things
it up.
though. What the first thing is, do we really feel like it's just black establishments? And
No.
let me say this. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's not that it's just black establishments, but it's that if we continue to point the finger and don't accept responsibility for what we're doing, then I feel like we need to focus on that first before we start blaming everybody. Because all we do is this. What we do is this. We'll go to the club, we'll do something, somebody get shot, and the first thing we do is blame somebody else for the fact that I just pulled a hammer out and shot somebody.
Right.
And then when it goes on social media or the news, they're alienating us, they're ostracizing us.
Oh,
They're
we play victim.
Yeah, and I don't
We
agree
play
with
the
that.
victim.
Yeah.
Hey, man, and that's the worst type of person you can have or be around.
That's a dangerous
somebody
person.
dangerous where they do something to you
Yeah.
or do something offensive and beat you, get mad. How the hell you gonna beat me, get mad?
Yeah.
You
Right.
just stole from me, and I'm like, my man, you stole $1 out of my console and beat me, get me. What? You shouldn't have been
Yeah.
there, motherfucker.
At some
How
point,
you
man,
beat me, get mad?
at some real point, we really, and this is my opinion, but at some point, we really have to be mature enough to accept the fact that, to accept our role in what's going on. And I think that that's the issue, right? I think the issue is we are doing everything we possibly can to blame everybody else
But
for
us.
our own discretions.
Right.
And this is us.
It's them niggas.
A brother killed a lady at Subway because she put too much mayonnaise on his sandwich. Like, that a white boy didn't do that.
That happened
No,
for real?
I thought
Yeah.
that was a white man that shot the black girl at the Subway.
No, I don't think it was. And you have that. I mean, I could keep going. You
Okay,
have,
now hold on,
right.
but I think I just saw in the news. As a matter of fact, I even hate looking at the news now because it's
Matter of fact,
always
no, it was
us
a black dude. I saw his mugshot. It was a black dude.
It's always us doing some shit on the news.
Yeah.
I think out
But
here.
that's the slant of the news. They don't really show white folk doing the bullshit
Now,
that
I
they
agree
do.
with, and I understand that
I
too.
agree with that, but it's just depressing to see us on there all the time. So
Right.
that's why I don't even watch it. But something happened here in Norcross, I think, or nearby, where a well-known coach got killed, and somebody tried to carjack him. I just saw it on the news.
And how much is that happening? Women, and I put this on the post too. Women are afraid to go put gas in their car because people out here carjacking and rob and they breaking in.
Well, hold on. Can you blame them? Do you know
I'm
how
saying,
high these gas prices are? Let me tell you something. I ain't put no. I've been riding on faith for the last 3 days. Gas high as hell.
It is. But that's the thing. It's like I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, listen, if we don't start taking some accountability for the stuff that we do,
right?
Let's not worry about them. Let's worry about our own selves.
I think we'll be so much better off.
But it's how. It's the how now. We know what's going on. We know what's wrong. We said it time and time again. It's how do we get the message out to the people that's doing this? What do we need to do for this to stop? How do we get the moms, the dads, the old heads in the neighborhood to dead all of this? You know
I'm gonna tell you what I really think, and this is kind of deep. We don't have MLK. We don't have Malcolm X. We don't have black respectable leadership no more that we all look at and say, whatever he says, I'm doing.
Right.
Name a person that we all look at right now as a black community and we say, you know what, I respect what he's doing. Whatever he says, I'm going to do it.
Well, you know what? I would have to
try to have a march right now. How many people going to go?
I would have to go with the Killer Mikes and the T.I.s and those kind of guys like that. If we had to say, well, if you have to pick somebody, I would go to them. That was my first thoughts of those two individuals.
Maybe locally, but what about nationally though?
Well, you said in the neighborhood.
I'm not finna.
National.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
because I'm
not finna follow nigga with no perm. I'm sorry.
But you see how important that is?
Because it's very important.
We don't have that example. Like we don't. This has got people feeling like everybody's expendable anyway.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So with that being said, we don't look at people with the same value because this makes us think that there's 30,000 versions of leadership or whatever the case is, and we can just toggle between all of them.
It has leveled the playing field.
Yeah. And I think that that's a big problem because the people that need to be impressioned or need to be influenced have nowhere to look to get it.
Right.
Is that an excuse? Hell no. It's not an excuse. But it is an explanation as to that part of the dynamic. And I think that it's going to continue to be our fault and our problem until we fix our faults and our problems. You understand what I'm saying?
And this has to be done from the interior. And honestly, everyone needs to take a step back and look in that mirror, and accept accountability and do what you need to do. Because honestly, if I agree with what you said as far as the media and the white people, they're doing a lot of stuff too,
for sure.
But the thing is at a point we can't worry about what they're doing.
Right, you're right. We can't. But his statement was, "It's us, and that's what we see." I'm saying that we are black people, so of course it's going to be more relative for us, our viewing and all of that stuff. So we're going to see it. What we don't see, because it's not our community culture over there, we don't see what they do all the time. So it's like it's black people all the time.
But Alicia, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with that. Because it ain't black people, it's dumb niggas. We need to get rid of these niggas. I'm saying we get rid of these niggas.
I like that.
But they got white niggas too.
No,
yes,
I'm talking about I'm talking about us. We ain't talking about white people. We ain't talking about white niggas. We talking about dumb niggas.
Yeah.
Right.
But we need to get rid of them. Because there are people who don't give a shit about nothing,
especially life.
They glorify bringing people down. Why? Because they know they ain't about shit. They ain't gonna be shit. So they're gonna try to take as many people down as they can.
So what do you suggest? Because we can talk about
a purge.
My suggestion is this, and they'll purge.
You know what?
My
you had to think about that.
Yeah, that one had to get in for a minute. That's funny.
Splashing everybody with swallow.
So,
you know what?
so anybody that's in any type of leadership position, whether it's professionally, whether it's in your family, or whatever the case is, when you are an effective leader, you know that in order to tear people down, you got to build them up first.
Exactly.
Right. And so I think that that's one of the things that we're lacking. I think that people don't have a source to go to get their ego and the morality stroked right now.
Right.
And you need that first before somebody tears you down. You need to be told that you're great. You need to be told that you're awesome. How many people and parents nowadays are raising kids without giving them no affection, without giving them no love, without telling them they're great? Yeah. When I was raised, my mom and my grandmother loved on me like crazy every day. They was always telling me I was awesome. They was always hugging and kissing on me. Parents don't do that no more. And when you look at them, it's like, okay, you can kind of understand why sometimes these kids have different types of personalities or whatever, because they don't value the next human being.
Exactly.
But in order for them to do that, somebody has to come into their life that will build them up first before they tell them that they suck.
Right.
And that's what I think that we're lacking.
Yeah. I agree with you.
I
And-
agree. I
and
agree
it's so
100%.
crazy because like I had a mom that loved on me, and my dad was more so the provider and protector of the house. So I didn't get that daddy. You know, I was daddy's little girl, yes, but I didn't get that feel where I see girls be like, oh, I'm such a girl dad. I love my dad, blah, blah, blah. We had such a great relationship. This, that, and I could go to my dad about anything. Like, I didn't have that. I had that with my mom, but I didn't lack love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you when you say there needs to be that parental thing that says, I am nurturing you to be this adult, this human being, so that when you go out in these streets, you're able to do that for other people as well.
Makes sense.
You know?
Having confidence in yourself, especially at a young, impressionable age, I don't feel like is your responsibility. I think it's other people's responsibility to put that in you.
Yeah.
And that's what we don't do nowadays.
But it's hard because you have kids having kids now.
There you go. And that's exactly what I'm saying.
So the thing is, they don't know anything. They're like, you know what?
Because they didn't have it.
They didn't have it.
Right.
And a lot of these kids today, social media is raising these kids.
Yeah.
So they're not
Exactly.
going to get that confidence because every time they go in here and they see somebody made up and they look good and blah, 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 they're looking at them trying to beat them. And it's like, listen, you didn't even get there yet. So stop looking at these girls that, one, got their body done, lashes out the hair, weave down the hair. Like, that's a facade. You know what I mean? When they take all of that off, you don't see that.
And get on that air mattress.
You know?
You don't see
you
that.
don't see that.
Because I was with one night before last, our mattress bust. I'm like, wait a minute, how we end up on the floor, Bernice?
Bernice, her name was
A
Bernice?
young girl named Bernice. I'm like, come
That's
on,
already a problem. Something's already wrong
She a
right
junior.
Yeah, Bernice Jr.
There. But this is a conversation that
She
you can
had
have
gout,
for hours and hours and hours. But until people are really ready to listen and really ready to accept their own faults in it, parents, grandparents, friends, uncles,
Nobody wants to do it.
nobody wants to do it.
But you
And,
know what, man? I'm gonna tell you something else too, and I get what you're saying. I'm on board 100%. But now it has gone from people not listening to it's dangerous to even speak up about it.
Yes.
So I agree with that.
And the thing is, you have to tread lightly because again, our society now, nobody wants to accept constructive criticism.
Right.
Because now they look at it as an attack. And when they react to it, they're not saying, oh man, okay, I don't want to hear what he got to say. Let me go on. Now they look at you as the enemy, as the op, just because you're trying to give them some constructive criticism or lead them to a better way. They look at you as a actual enemy.
So I think that's true. But I also think
It is true.
it is true. But I also
said it.
But I also think
I
that
thought
there's
about that and said it. As a matter of fact, I wrote it down in the car.
You wrote it down in the car?
Yeah.
But look, I also think that there's a way to circumvent that as well. And the way that I think is that it's more the way that you articulate a message is more important than the content of the message itself.
Exactly.
Right. And I think that depending on who you talk to and depending on who the person's going to be that's going to talk to these people or whatever the case is, it's got to be somebody who is an excellent communicator for one. It's got to be a person who understands the psyche of how our people work because we're very ego driven, right? And we're very image driven.
Right.
And so the one thing you can't do is you can't be condescending to anybody that looks like any of us.
Exactly.
Because the
very
first thing we're going to do is
sensitive.
get defensive.
Yep.
So the way that you articulate your messages has to be something that you care about. And I think that in our society right now, we don't care about how we articulate messages. Why? Because we want to cuss people out. We want to talk down to people. We want to tell them that we're better than them.
Oh,
We
hell
want to
no.
go on social media and see who has the most followers, and that person is more of a valuable individual.
You know
which
what,
is,
man?
which is,
I'm sorry, I had to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I guess you just killed that whole concept. When you started speaking on cursing people out and being condescending and everything, I was going to make a big public announcement right here that we was going to get Alicia to speak to the people tomorrow. But when you started saying,
Definitely can't do that now.
we can't do that now. 'Cause we,
Can't do that.
I'm a great speaker for the people.
Hell no. Look, bitch. Whoa.
They would not accept me. They be like, get out of here with your real hair. Like, what? Like,
Yeah, rolling her
How's
neck
that
and
wrong?
everything. Your kids.
natural hair ass. Get your natural hair ass somebody in.
Yeah,
and that's just something that I had
Swoop to the
to
left, bang, having ass. Get your ass somebody.
listen.
And she going up on the people in the audience, and your kids ugly.
And
I'm like, wait a minute,
I would.
Alicia,
And I
wait a
definitely
minute.
would.
That
You
mess,
talk too much shit that had ugly ass kids.
Yeah, that mess. See, we see that message wouldn't get conveyed at all. You see what's going on? You see this trial and error? She
The
failing
man got a
already.
point.
See now.
So you're not the person that we're gonna put in this situation.
I was just gonna say, man, I think Alicia could do it, and guess what?
Nah,
hell no. Yeah,
I am a lover of the community growing and gathering itself and getting them.
When you
them
being
riches.
quiet.
No, seriously, I am. Like I love empowering people to do better, to
But
do
you'll
what
cuss
they
them
need
out.
to do. And only way I will cuss somebody out, right, is if I'm trying to help you and I know that you have the potential and the capability or the ability to do what I'm trying to tell you to do, and that's going to make me upset. I ain't gonna cuss you out. I'm just gonna walk away at this point. Back in the day, I'd have probably cussed you out.
Before you got saved.
I'm looking for a lightning strike.
I know, man.
She
I
cussed me
know.
out last Wednesday, so I don't know.
Hey man, she remind me of some of them chicks that was just so out there back in the day, and then when you get with her, you're like, okay, let's go and get together. No, I just got saved an hour ago. Bitch,
You know
I'll
what?
kill you.
But you was eating asparagus last
Yeah.
So stupid. But no,
You was getting splashed on last week. And then when I went, I swallowed and all that.
I seen the video of you with the hammer.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
As soon as I unzip my pants, you pull out a Bible. Let's read Philippians. Well, hold
We're
on
not
now.
swallowing today, Steve Brown.
You done pulled out a big.
Turn to the book of Revelations. You about to die.
As a matter of fact, one of them little green Bibles from the hotel.
That you was a little drawer.
Right, that you was in the night before.
The one with the stains on it. Y'all silly. I don't even know how we got here, ladies and gentlemen, but we just took a turn for the worse. I don't know.
This is good when you can mix. You know what I'm saying?
This is great.
This is how it's supposed to
We
go.
were talking about the seriousness of the community and getting that back together. And somehow,
But we got two comedians in the room.
Somehow.
You gotta. You know what I'm saying?
And I tried to really, put you in a really, good position to lead the people. And when we both agreed, we checked on your accolades and your personality, your accolades, cursing motherfuckers out and stealing people money and helping them look for it and all that type. I was like, no, I don't think,
babies.
Yeah, I don't think that she's not the one. So
Yeah,
she's
but
not.
At the end of the day, man, like, people that are watching this right now, you have somebody around you that you have an influence on. And especially people that look like us, people that are in the black community, you have somebody around you that you have an influence on. And what we lose sight of, especially in this generation, is that we have a lot of power over those people. And we have power over the way that they feel about themselves. Mm-hmm. Forget about us. It's about the way they feel about themselves. Because when you can uplift the way a person feels about him or herself, that is when you actually have the ability to be able to change the way they think about something that's going on. Because they're not defensive at that point. Mm-hmm. They feel like you're trying to help them at that point.
Exactly.
They feel like you're not trying to tell them what to do at that point. Why? Because black people are ego driven, which is okay. Yeah. Myself included, right?
Yes,
So
yourself included. Absolutely.
So you have to find the way.
See.
You see how I glazed right over that though? I don't even give it no attention.
See,
she tried to tear me down. That was an example.
She trying to
You
tear
understand
me
what I'm
down.
saying? So, but
Yeah,
I
but
just
you
She started it.
I just
we're
feel
not gonna make that announcement.
No,
I
we're not.
disagree.
But I just feel very inclined, and I'm glad that Brother Steve is here. I feel inclined to
Yeah,
have
brother.
an ability to.
Ain't that some shit?
I feel like a Muslim now.
Yeah, right.
Brother Steve.
No, but for real, like this is you have a voice. You know what I'm saying, and you have an
Hey,
influence.
wait, hold on.
And-
Hold on. Wait.
voice,
I got
here.
my voice now. Wait a minute.
You have a voice. You have an influence.
but it's a ninth grade voice.
No,
about seventh grade.
no. You just pronounce all your words. People understand you. Like
If
you came out with a single, it's not mumble rap. People know what it is.
I can pronounce, enunciate
See?
all that, but
See?
I still, and people don't realize I'm a thug. See what I mean?
We
When
saw
I
it on video.
See, but
There's a lot of sticking and moving
But
going.
my voice don't go with the thug activities
It
I
does not.
indulge in. They don't go
It
together.
does not.
Like if we at the club and I slap some dude at the bar, I'm not gonna say nothing because it'll mess up my street credibility.
right,
so I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right.
So I'm just
You
gonna
just hit him.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
just hit
it.
him and,
Right.
and tip out.
he hit him and be like, all right,
Hey, look,
bye.
that's called
Like,
learning
what?
to use your strengths. That's all it is.
Hey
to
man,
it.
you wanna hear a true but messed up story?
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I was living in LA, getting involved in the wrong stuff. One of my friends got jumped on. We gonna do a drive-by. Real talk.
Oh my gosh.
Now, in order to do a proper drive-by, before you shoot out the car, somebody is supposed to holler out the window. For some odd reason, them Negroes chose me. I said, "What's up now?" The dudes in the group said, "That pussy." They thought we was selling. Like, wait, no. I said, "Drive the car." They think we. that happened.
Steve, shut
Yo,
Oh my God.
how much? I'm like,
I'm
wait a
sitting there
minute.
playing in my head like somebody pull up in an old Chevy Nova.
Yeah, somebody holler, what's up now? Like, oh, these sons are mad. Let me get on.
No, sir.
Say he just laughing too hard at that, man. See what I mean? This is why I couldn't be a public
Because
speaker.
I'm thinking about, I'm imagining that happening. That's just hilarious.
Right. You couldn't be a public speaker, though. You right. Because them kids would just tear your ass up.
See,
Like,
you
we
know
don't
what?
listen to
That's
them.
agree, though.
she's downing me
Yeah,
again.
I got
I'm
you.
just
Watch
She's
this.
saying.
downing me.
Let me tell you
Go
why.
ahead,
Let me
go
tell you
ahead.
why I
Black
disagree.
man, do you see that?
Why?
Steve,
Because he
I got
sound like
you. Watch
DC
this.
Fly Wild.
Let me tell you why I disagree.
Why?
I believe that in the day and age that we're in at this moment,
At this moment.
your profession, the two of you, is more important than almost than a teacher. And this is why. This is why I feel that way. Because I know you're about to say something. Okay.
You got it.
I feel that way because psychology says that when you are entertained and you are put in a happy mood,
You will listen.
there you go.
Absolutely.
And I have a degree in communications and psychology.
And I agree with that
So
wholeheartedly.
he knows I know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Like,
and the thing
this
is,
wholeheartedly.
now hold on. It can go two ways now.
Thank you.
It can go two ways because, yes, if we put them in a position where they are being entertained by us, they will listen. But
Right.
us, we wouldn't go through that problem. But there are some comedians that would because you don't want to listen to somebody that's bombing.
Yeah, start bombing.
True.
Okay, yeah.
Damn, that's a good point.
Like, why the chicken cross the road? Put it thing. Now let me tell y'all about. No,
right.
we ain't
But I'm
here.
talking
We
about
wanna get
y'all. I'm talking about y'all.
Oh, but we be bombing all the time too. So
No,
yeah.
Guardians don't know it. I ain't never seen her bomb. I ain't never seen you bomb.
I ain't never
And
seen
I've
that.
been in a lot of your shows.
Alicia had to save me at her show. I bombed so
was
bad.
a lie. He
I'm
did
like,
so well
wait
in
a
my
minute.
show.
I'm like, yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah,
this. Like,
wow.
Alicia went up there and lit that fire up under the people and brought me up. But the
Ooh,
show,
man, y'all know
but the
he
show,
lying.
but see, she set me up for failure. The show was supposed to start at 10 and started tomorrow. But look, then she went up there and did an hour and lit them up, and then I went up there and laid the egg.
Steve did 2 hours, but no, you did 2 hours of fire. Hot. It was a hotness. I love watching.
but do you see that? Okay, so how many people are in the audience?
But you know what?
What do you mean? At her show,
depends.
Just
it
normal.
was packed. It
So
was packed.
so normally speaking, let's break this down. Normally speaking, between
Hold
the
on,
two of y'all,
real quick. My show was what now?
It was packed.
Thank you, Steve. My show was.
anybody
staged.
questioning that?
It was packed.
I mean, he wasn't there. That's
No,
what I'm saying.
no,
wasn't invited. I wasn't invited.
wait. No, it was packed with chairs and tables.
Liar.
That was like,
Waitresses was in the building.
yeah, and the only people showed up was my family, and they was in the car waiting on me. Not just kidding. No, actually, it was packed. I was really impressed because honestly, I've gotten to a point, and I've seen so much with
Bullshit.
the BS. I don't really do a lot of Atlanta rooms. I don't.
Wow.
I don't. I mean, because it's just too much going on. It's too much. It's a lot of craziness going on. Unnecessary bullshit.
However,
so it was
You
like,
don't want to
know
leave the
what?
house right now.
Yeah,
let's call it what
He's
it
not
is.
even
I
talking
don't.
about that.
No, I'm just saying, just the way the comedy industry is now.
Okay,
It is
okay.
really fucked up.
Really?
Okay, yeah, it is. So, and then on top of that, I don't want to leave the house. Honestly, when I'm home, I'm home.
Yeah.
I don't get out as much as I used to.
Right.
Because of the climate of
Yeah, of
things
course.
are really crazy. You don't know what's going to happen now. So,
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
I did her room, and of course, she's a class act. So I wasn't like surprised, but I was like, okay, this is really nice for a change.
Right.
So it was like a breath of fresh air. Went up there, had a good time. Everybody, they bought merchandise. The club owner was cool. Of course, she was jazzed. She did her thing, and we had a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And I it took me an hour to get home because I think
Because I stay on the outskirts of Atlanta.
Right,
with
her.
it.
I think her. You ever been to her spot?
No.
No, 'cause she wouldn't invite me.
Her spot is like almost in Augusta. And
Oh, yeah, well,
They'll say
it's
South
in-
Carolina. People say South
You
Carolina.
gotta
South
get a
Carolina.
hotel. You gotta get a hotel to go
Yeah,
there.
just you. And actually, I caught like, let me see. Yeah, I had to get a bus pass twice.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was out there.
Yeah.
It's out there.
But he had a good time, and thank you for saying all of those nice words about my room and how.
Oh,
I
the
run
reason
it.
I said it because I want to come back to this
appreciate
podcast. Listen, so the thing is, yeah, I'm coming back, people. I'll be back
Welcome
next
anytime, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
thank
on
you.
the real.
Appreciate it. As long
You
as I
know?
say some good shit about Alicia, I'm good. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah.
But this is a thing though. Like as comedians in the conditions that we're living in right now, I don't even know if comedians, especially on the caliber of the two of you, really even understand how important you are at this particular
We're
moment.
very important. I mean, as a matter of fact, all professional entertainers are very important. But it's too much back and forth because you got to understand something. You have people like Alicia and I, we are probably sending out positive messages.
Right.
Then you have rappers and other comics
you go.
who are a lot bigger than us and have more notoriety,
Sending
and
out
they
BS.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and 9 times out of 10, the young people are going to listen to the biggest audience,
Correct.
the biggest artists,
Correct.
because we're all about the notoriety.
Yep.
And honestly, that's what comedy is today. That's why and I don't mean to just jump on that, but
No, but that's
why
true.
Our business is so messed up because people, they don't go on funny anymore. It's not about being funny anymore. It's about social media numbers and notoriety.
Yeah.
And my motto, I've been sticking with it for the longest. It's not who you know, it's who you're looking at.
Yep.
And I can tell you, and I'm
Damn.
not bragging, but you can ask any comic on the face of the earth that knows Steve Brown. You can't name too many A-list comics fucking with me at all. At
agree.
all, 100%.
I'm at to agree with you on that,
They
bro.
know that.
I'm
but
at to agree with you on
the thing
that.
is, it's about a notoriety thing. You just have to wait your turn. I respect them, but I know what I do, and I know what I can do. So the thing is, you have to wait your turn, and you have to just continue to be professional and not let it get you down and get bitter and continue to work.
So with that said, how important do you think, especially in comedy now, how important do you think the way that you deliver your content is as opposed to the content itself? Because you look at people like Country Wayne, who does these skits and it made him famous. Some of the skits are funny, some of them, it just depends on what's going on, right? But the content and the way he delivers it, everybody goes to get it, right? It's like everybody goes to get
Well, the thing is, everybody wants to be a part of who's hot.
it. Okay.
And the thing is, it doesn't necessarily have to be funny anymore. Because once you reach that benchmark on social media, when you're getting paid, paid, you can put anything out there.
Yeah.
People gonna watch it, and you just putting it out there to get paid. You don't even give a damn about being funny no more. And that's what's going on. Not saying that he's not funny, because he's put out some brilliant
Yeah,
shit.
he put out some hilarious stuff.
Right, but at the same time, now it's like, nigga, I'm getting paid. I'm here now, so I can put out anything, and that's what's going on with a lot of comics now who are doing well on social media. And then it's like now social media is so prevalent. These same comics, they're getting booked out the ass, making bukus, but at the same time, they're getting booed off stage.
Right.
They are eating it.
Yeah.
But they don't care because they're still making that social media number.
As long as people get through the door, that's
As long as they get to the
Okay.
door, and that's what club owners are looking at now. They're not looking at how funny you are. They're not looking at, oh man, we already know. And honestly, God is good. I'm getting booked on reputation. Now, of course,
That makes sense, though.
My social media, my body of work. Everybody, when my name is mentioned, you probably hear every damn thing. He light skinned, he's short, he this, he got a voice like a girl. But at the end of that, but that nigga funny.
yeah.
Now, that's what we're looking at. When
Yeah.
you want to see funny, that's, and that's just what it is. Alicia, she ain't got a whole bunch of social media followers.
No, but she got asparagus swallowed.
Exactly.
I got a nice amount of followers.
At the end of her swallowing, you're going to hear, but she's beautiful and she's funny.
There you go. Yep.
And
she
she
is.
about her business.
And honestly, that's what it's coming back to slowly, because you got to understand, a lot of people are going to see these social media guys. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on them. I love their content. But what's going on, some of them has never touched the stage.
Right.
But they're putting comedian
That's
by
a
their
good
name,
point. That's a good
and they are hustling the business.
Right.
And they're getting out there asking for all this money, knowing damn well they ain't never touched the mic.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
a good point.
now people who've never seen comedy, they're now being introduced to the bullshit, and they're turned off. Like, we don't ever want to see stand-up comedy again if this is what it's about. That's the only person you saw. And then those people going to pack it out for them because they got millions of followers.
Right.
And they're thinking they're going to get that same stuff they see on social media.
Right.
No, it's just you and the mic. You can't pull no goddamn screen up and say, okay, for 45 minutes, I'm going to show y'all all my skits.
Right.
So have you seen
But
have
I've
you seen an
seen-
example of that?
I've seen people do skits. Like I'll just say, Haha Davis came to Uptown Comedy
Hilarious
Corner.
skits. He's got good skits.
Good skits,
But
but,
you can't do
came
in
to
person.
the comedy
And ate
corner to do
Oh, did he?
the skits, and it did not work.
Ate it.
The crowd was quiet. It was crickets. But when you pulled up, the crowd was the line was around the building.
corner. Yeah.
It was crazy. But a lot of times we have to have those different comedians come in to save some of those content creators, because yes, they will sell a show, but they can't hold the show.
So let me ask you this: as comedians, right? What happens when you have that I won't say comedian, that personality come in that just does skits that has gone crazy on the internet, and they're coming to do a show at your establishment, does that person come in with respect for you as a stand-up comedian?
Sometimes they don't, believe it or not.
depends,
Because they feel like, well, I've already made it. I got all the fans I need.
Wow.
And that's why social media is so messed up. It's so good in so many ways, but it's so messed up in others because these people, they get success from it, and they think like we're gonna bypass the process. We're gonna bypass open mic because I already got all these. Yeah, the art of it. We don't give a damn about the art of it because I got all these followers. They're gonna come and see me, and that's just what it is. So now they're talking shit. They're doing all this other stuff because they don't respect the art of stand up.
haven't
That's why
learned the
everybody
craft of it.
think they can do it. That's why everybody's trying to jump into the arena.
that crazy?
Because they think they can do it because they think. But you got to fault some of these comedians because some of these comedians, they're not about the business. They're about just getting on stage, doing stuff, and then they're not respecting the art or the business of it. So now when you're a so-called professional comedian out there being unprofessional and doing every damn thing else, you'll be like, well, damn, if that's all it take to do it, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna just jump on stage and do some shit.
Yeah. I had a guy come under my post not too long ago. Don't know who he is. He says to me, you need to book me. I'm funny.
You need to book me. I'm funny.
I'm getting, yeah. See,
Right.
yeah.
So I'm
Sound like
like,
he won't put his hammer on you.
I
your
said,
mouth.
I said, send me some content so I know where to place you at since you funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't have no content because somebody stole my stuff. I said,
Word.
well, where you going to be next time so I could come out and see what you got to offer? Never mind. I said, cool.
Man, whatever.
Wow.
I wouldn't even give him that time of day. I wouldn't
Right.
give him that
What type
time
of
of
shit
day.
is that?
Hell no. Like,
Because he under my post, but I just want to talk to these people to find out, like, what is your angle? What's your logic behind coming under my post saying all of this stuff, and then you don't have nothing to stand on
I'd
to
be
show
like,
me,
who the fuck are you?
but you want me to book you off of just a comment? Like, you crazy. I run real shows.
But that's what they expect. They expect if they got followers, they need to be booked because they look at it as a hustle. If I got these followers,
I'm gonna get a check.
but the thing is, another crazy part, these well-known comedy clubs, these improvs and funny bones, they are booking these people.
Right.
Why? Because it's a business. All they want is asses and seats.
Yeah.
And that
Sell some food.
and that 2-drink minimum.
Yeah.
You know, that's all they want. And now
Yeah.
it's like, we're gonna sell you the product, but when you get in here to get to it, that's on you.
Oh yeah, we told you he's gonna be here. We didn't say he's gonna be funny.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. You bought the name.
So okay. So what is the fix? Can it be fixed, or are we watching evolution happen within the industry right now?
What you're watching is evolution, but it's also going backwards because what's going on slowly but surely, people are catching on.
Yeah.
People know who the real comedians are, but they want to give these people a chance. But see, the thing is, they're messing themselves up because they're doing this and they're relying on social media, but they're not touching mics.
Okay.
DC Young Fly, one of them. He was great on social media, but guess what he was doing? He was always grinding. He was always somebody's open mic. Still does it.
Yep.
He's getting better, and that's why he's so successful as a comedian. He's not a person that's gonna be like, oh, that motherfucker just great.
Yeah.
But he does enough to hold his own. He's still
Right.
a young comedian.
Right.
So he's still doing his thing.
Right.
You know, Country Wayne, same way.
Right.
But there are a lot of them out there that's they'll just post a video, get these followers, and like, hey man, book me at a comedy club. Or if you want to talk to him, you gotta talk to my agent. What talent do you have?
Right. That's a good point.
You talking about you got an agent? What talent do you have? All you do is post. Oh, okay. So I gotta talk to an agent because you post good content.
Yeah.
There you have it. Alicia had some questions. I said, we got really serious, and I think we needed to do that, and that's great. But we got like 30 minutes.
Alicia, what you want to ask me?
Alicia had some stuff being. I don't know if it was
And she didn't wrote some shit down.
Yeah, she did.
You are not finna be a
no.
representative.
She got a
of our
whole.
people.
She got a whole outline of
I do.
PowerPoint.
I write stuff down sometimes because when I come here.
Alicia, you could have called me and asked me this. What you want to? So she see. This is why we don't know her as a leader.
Is this like a you're the only female in the room? You want to ask a male perspective on stuff? Is that what this is?
No, this is not I just
Okay.
wanted to have some fun with you guys, and I really wish that Case was here because I know that he would be a
Man,
clown
Case laid
right
up in
now.
the bed right now with a one piece on with.
Hell no.
Was he feeding
One piece.
with his chest hairs out.
Yeah,
He got the little snap up under there.
drinking chamomile tea. That's what the Case doing right
What's
now.
wrong with him?
He's just not feeling well, man. He has an intestinal thing that happens and it flares up on him every
This
now and
nigga
then.
done got pregnant.
It's called diverticulitis. He has that.
So he's sick. Okay.
And so it flares up every now and then.
So let me ask you this: when was the last time he went to the doctor?
Oh, he goes.
No, I'm saying, but when was the last time he went?
I think he went.
His last checkup was like 4 months.
Yeah,
4 months ago.
me, yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to put some stuff together. I'm trying to give a timeline. All right, so he went to the doctor. Was he sedated? Was he out?
No. So what it is it's something in your intestines.
No, I'm saying when they went to get checked out, did they give him anesthesia or anything like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out because I'm thinking that same doctor was there,
I knew
and
you was about to
maybe,
say that.
and maybe he got him, and maybe he got him,
I knew you
and
was about to say that.
and maybe he got him. I don't know.
He might have got him.
He might have got him.
Might have put the hammer on his
Yeah,
chin.
he said his intestines
my
hurt. So
God.
yeah, oh man, yeah. Hey, look, he texted him to my boy. He didn't get you, did he? He didn't get you, though. My
Wait a
boy.
minute. I forgot to ask you this. I ain't think about this.
Stupid.
You use chapstick this week? Is everything cool? Oh, okay, sorry.
Crazy.
Alicia, go ahead. We got like a half
Okay,
hour.
so
Let's have some
question
fun.
for
He
the-
come back
Here
to
we
work
go.
with his mouth pried open. He can't close. He can't close his mouth, but you close your mouth.
Right. You got TMJ. You so silly. Crazy. Okay, so I thought this would be fun for the room because you're a comedian and Jarard is
I am really not.
funny.
Just not at all.
Yeah.
But I'm
not a
here.
comedian.
But you're awesome.
Thank
Just
you,
want
but
to know
you
that.
can't
And all
say,
your light
see,
skinnedness.
earlier I said you build up before you tear down. You don't tear down and then build up, but don't worry
Hey
about
man,
that.
she finna come with some bullshit because
Yeah,
she built
she always
built
do that
us
to me.
up.
But
You're
it's
a
fine, go
comedian
ahead.
and this and that.
No. Would you rather be able to speak to animals or speak another language? Why?
Would I rather be
That's
able to
easy.
speak to animals or speak another language? I would like to be able to speak to animals.
Yeah,
Why?
likewise.
Why? Because if you're doing something I don't like or whatever, and there's a lion around, get that bitch. I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah.
Got time for this shit. Get that.
Look, how would you say it? How would you say it?
Like, Leo, get that.
Leo.
No, he gotta. That's the language. He would just. You gotta do the roar. You gotta.
No, my voice
That
too
ain't-
like,
that ain't the language. That's the language you think it will be, but
that's
that
the
ain't
language you
it.
thinking of.
I
Yeah.
got you.
I agree.
So what about you?
Definitely speak to animals.
I be having giraffes looking out for me and
that'd be
everything.
powerful.
Yeah, look out.
That'd be powerful.
Hey man, I'm about to steal these grapes from Walmart. Look out for me, Jeffrey.
I pick speak to animals too. Like I think that
Yeah,
would
definitely.
be awesome.
Definitely.
Especially some of them elephants. I want to talk to them about how they get tamed and why they do all of this. Like how you're strong. Like I'll be telling them, like, kick his ass at the circus. You don't gotta stay here.
No,
Get
I
outta
want to
here.
talk. I want to talk to the basic ones like cockroaches and flies.
Those are not animals.
That's
Wait a
an
minute, you
insect.
going to get nasty.
Come on.
That's an animal.
It's an
I want to
insect.
find out why they. I want to find out why they around my trash can. I didn't give. I want to talk. Have a real conversation. Like I don't. Listen. Do you know how powerful you'd be if you could talk to an animal?
Hey,
and you can't do it.
Dude, I'm with this girl night before last. I've talked to her roaches. They would not listen. They would not leave.
Because you didn't have the power yet. But she said you'd had the power. So imagine if you could talk to them roaches.
Man.
And ask them if they could go get you something to eat right quick. Come on back or something
That
like
is
that.
so
You know what I mean? Like
nasty.
that's a power right there. Yeah,
You will let a
hell
roach
yeah.
get your food.
Hey man, as long as he washes his hands and sanitizer in the car.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. All right, second question. Would you rather hit the Powerball and lose all your friends or vice versa?
I'd rather hit the Powerball and lose all my damn
Hell
friends.
yeah. What
You
kind
gotta
of question is that?
understand- You got to understand something. Once you hit the Powerball, you need to get rid of your friends.
All of
Damn, that's deep.
So
need
you
to
don't
get-
wanna keep
You know
none
why?
of
I'm
them.
going to tell you why. In our society, in our community, a lot of us, our friends who we grew up with, name 5 people that you grew up with who support you now.
Tanil, Dimitri, Candace.
You had to think about it. See, let me give you my point. The people who you start out with, some of them gonna stay where they are, and they're gonna hate and envy you for going on. And
Oh, absolutely.
So think about
Absolutely.
when you win that Powerball. They're gonna be trying to do everything they can. I'm sorry, they're gonna be doing everything they can to take from you, to do everything they can to destroy you and all that because they didn't get it. So you have to make a business decision. How many rich people do you see hanging around broke people now?
You gonna cut them off? You ain't gonna never talk to them again.
Listen, my mom, you got to get out.
Soon said like a light switch.
Yes. It's not personal, but you just have to protect me.
I got you. All right, Jarard. What is something that you still eat from your childhood or still do from your childhood, like today? What do you still do or eat from your childhood?
Damn.
I know what I still do.
Oh, Cheerios
Okay, with milk or without?
with milk.
Okay, you
Yeah.
put sugar on them?
No sugar.
That's boring.
I don't do sugar.
No sugar.
I don't do sugar at all.
Honey Nut Cheerios, milk. We good.
Okay,
Happy
so not
do.
the yellow box Cheerios. Honey
Yeah,
Nut
Honey Nut
Cheerios.
Cheerios.
The brown box.
The yellow and brown box.
That's a yellow. My dick.
No,
That's
the
yes.
regular Cheerios, the plain ones
Nobody
with
ate
no
them.
sugar
Nobody
are yellow.
ate
Nobody ate them.
So when you say
Honey Nut
Cheerios,
Cheerios.
okay.
I don't
No
do
sugar,
I don't
just
do
milk.
sugar at all.
No, just milk.
So you don't eat Honey Nut Cheerios.
I eat honey nut sugar.
That got sugar on it.
I'm just saying, like just putting sugar on stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Or if I'm going to use a sweetener, I use Splenda or whatever. Now if it's already sweet, if it's not too much sugar in it, I'll eat it.
Yeah, Honey Nut Cheerios. You don't need nothing but milk. That's
Right.
it. Two
agree.
bowls, by the way.
I agree. And Life cereal is really good.
That
Welfare.
yeah.
I wasn't on welfare. It's
Yeah, you
good.
were.
I still eat Life cereal. It's so good to me.
That's a good question though. That was a good one.
That's a really good question.
That's-
So now you raised the question. What are we still doing from what we
What do you
did?
still do? Like people would be like, "This, you still doing this from
Pee in the bed.
Jacking
But don't-
off.
Shut up. He's talking
Yeah,
about pee in the
I
bed.
did that in the car while I was waiting to get here.
Jacking off.
Jacking off. Yeah. Yes.
So disgusting.
That's not.
When I-
What are you
yeah,
talking about?
as you don't even realize when I
I know
got
you do like this every now and then. No, don't do that.
Hey, when
wrong
hey,
fingers,
I don't
wrong
know if y'all
fingers.
realized,
See?
but when y'all were talking and I got quiet, I was doing it then. I fell asleep a little bit.
Listen, man, it gets to the point. You know what I'm saying? You know how you do it because you've been doing it for 30 years.
Exactly. And I'm
You
54.
know the right rub.
I'm 54. I know all the angles. Yes. Sometimes I put my legs on my shoulders. I don't give a damn. But you got to have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have fun with it. I have myself in the book. Like, I feel like a straight whore after I'm done.
You feel dirty after
I
you
feel
done?
dirty as hell.
Yeah.
Like, man, how you gonna let this dude put your legs on his shoulders? I'm
Yeah.
talking to me.
You're
I'm glad nobody saw
crazy.
that. You be thinking to yourself,
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Steve, you're
Sometimes stuff is embarrassing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
He put his legs
What's
on
next?
his own shoulders. Okay, serious question now.
Here we go.
What advice would you give yourself? What advice would you have given yourself 4 years ago?
Damn.
That's a really good question.
That is a good one.
That's a good question.
What advice would I have given myself 4 years ago?
Boom, 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 boom.
Wow, that is so. I know. If they don't know me personally, don't take anything people do personal.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
That's good.
Because I used to take things personal. And I'm going to tell you something. In this business, you will do that because you feel like people are your friends. But then again, you know, I program myself to look at it like I might love you to death. But when it comes to the business, it's a business.
Yeah,
Black,
yeah.
It's black and white. No taste, no smell, no sound, no feel. It's business. So therefore, if it comes to business, I can love you, but I will crush your ass to the floor because
Yeah.
of the business.
Yeah.
And outside of the business, Alicia, let's go to dinner. Let's do this, hang out. Let's do whatever.
I'm like, no, I'm still mad.
Yes.
No.
And
No, I was up.
and now you were thinking like I was thinking. I'm
Right.
still mad because but it's a business.
I-
And we're
I totally
we're
agree
all
with you.
on that slippery slope to the top, and everybody's pulling at everybody. And it's just like that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you can be as nice as you want to be, and this and that. And then I get the thing whereas this image like he's hard to work with. And this is
Really?
I'm about business.
You get that that tag on you?
Yes, because of the fact that people think I'm mean because I only execute business.
Do you
I-
negotiate your own deals?
Sometimes.
Okay.
But sometimes, most of the time I don't. And the
Okay.
thing, you got to understand something. When I first got into business, I thought it was a family, a fraternity, a sorority, all that. Then I ended up homeless fucking with comics. I had to dig myself out of that. Once I dug myself out of that, like, okay, I see what it is now. You got to handle this as a business.
Yep.
Be professional, be cool, but don't take no shit off nobody. Set healthy boundaries. Once you already know when you set healthy boundaries with people, they automatically think you're an asshole because listen, you have to show people how you want to be treated. You got to
Exactly.
teach people, but people don't want to accept that. They think some of your homegirls, you may not be as cool with them
That's right.
with other homegirls. What's up, Alicia, old bitch? And then you like, hold on, you don't know me like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, oh, she trying to act like she all that. Listen, if I didn't let you call me a bitch the first day,
Right.
you ain't finna get me in this club and call me that.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
Dig that.
You don't know me like that.
Dig that.
So and honestly, I'm sure Alicia knows, I done jumped on a couple of comics before in my day. I have. I done like 12. And yeah, I'm saved now.
12.
I'm saved
Not
now.
12 of them.
Yeah, I done jumped on a couple of comics because of the fact that, after what happened to me with a comic that got me started in the business and he turned his back on me and blackballed me and all that, I literally hated comics. Not the business, comics.
Right.
So my tolerance level was 0 for anybody. So, it was my fault because I let my feelings get involved. And I did develop a reputation of being an asshole because I had no tolerance with nobody.
Yeah.
Because I felt like
You don't trust nobody.
I don't trust nobody.
Right.
It's me against the world.
Right.
But once you get to know me, you be like, oh, he's cool as hell. He's just setting boundaries and
Right.
he's being professional. And that's my makeup right there. When I'm on stage, I'm a totally different person. When I'm off stage, it's like, okay, man, we chilling. But if we got business going on, we ain't gonna be doing all this bullshit.
Right.
You ain't gonna be smoking around me, drinking around me, because I don't smoke or drink. But I don't knock anybody who does.
Right.
But when you start abusing shit, hey, okay, man, listen, don't take that over there. Because this is how I raise my family. This is how I support my family. I put kids through college doing comedy. You see what I'm saying? So
It's a blessing.
Right. So this is all I had. And I'm steadily building my brand. And I'm not gonna let you or nobody else fuck it up doing the bullshit you do. So if this is my job, I'm gonna treat it as a job. When I'm off, let's kick it. Let's do whatever.
Yeah. But
let's
it's business.
It's business.
That's fair.
Yeah,
It's business.
And
That's
when
fair.
you came in to the show that you did up there, as you came in, you were stern,
Of course.
right? You didn't you weren't taking no shit, right? But I feel like too was like, I didn't know it was gonna be like. I think the room kind of caught you off guard because you didn't know what to expect, too.
Right.
But you were definitely like no nonsense, and then at the end of the show, you relaxed. But you came in there to work and you did your thing, and after the show, it was like,
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what's funny though. She was approaching me like, okay, listen, I ain't trying to make this nigga mad. I don't want no shit out this nigga. She was like that the whole night with me. She was being very professional.
Yeah.
But apparently, of course, she heard or she something or whatever. But she saw how stern I was. It was very respectful. It was very sweet. It really was.
Well, I'm
but
sweet.
It was
Anyway.
like, you know what? I'm gonna be super nice because I don't know what this nigga might do or say. But I'm gonna be
I just ain't want to fuck him up. That's all. That's what
pretty
it
much what it
boiled down
was.
to. Like,
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, I ain't want to fuck Steve
and
up.
we had a really good time. It's honestly one of the most impressive rooms in Atlanta. That's real talk. And I'm not saying
thank
because she's
you.
here. You know what I'm saying? So I had a good time. And I always approach my shows like that. Do I not? Every last one of them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, because in Atlanta, you go to some of these rooms, you get there, somebody on the stage fucking. They fighting, they doing every goddamn thing. So you come in like, okay, man, I ain't finna do this shit.
Yeah.
I ain't finna go through all this.
Yeah.
I'm not finna go through your mom and dad in the corner, hollering out at the comics and all this bullshit. Because that's what you get. And now we've gotten to a point whereas they celebrate booing comics off stage. It's like
Really?
it's like a game to them. You get up there, they ready to boo. Some of the MCs at these clubs will set you up to try to get booed.
What?
Silly. It's silly.
Will try to set you up to get booed.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like for me, I respect the headliner.
No,
I
you
don't
don't.
care. I do. I respect the headliner. So for me, it's what do you want? Do you need anything? And I'll even ask, like, you want any guest spots tonight? I'll give them that too because that's they are in control, so to
Right,
speak,
right.
of the show.
Right.
But I think you're a little bit too nice as a host because she offered me crack. And I'm like, Alicia, wait a minute. I don't,
Wow.
Alicia, I don't do that type stuff. I'm saved. Wait a minute.
Steve,
Yeah, you
so crazy.
Well, you want some swallow? No, Alicia, I don't. I don't want none of that.
We got that new asparagus.
Yeah.
All right, Jarard, it is on you, sir. What advice would you give yourself 4 years ago?
I would say make sure that your mental health is a top priority. And I would say,
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah, I would say make sure your mental health is a top priority because you're gonna go through some things, but you're gonna be okay. That's what I would say.
That mental health thing is like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Our people think if you go to get mental health, you automatically crazy.
Exactly.
Right.
This is part of what we were talking about earlier. It's about.
Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
when I went through what I went through, I suffered from PTSD. I thought I was cool until I would go after that incident. Weeks later, I would get on stage, and I knew this guy was back in prison. I knew this. I knew it.
Yeah.
But I looked down. He's sitting right there. After my show, I drive home. I pull in my driveway. I'm looking around because I'm thinking he about to come out the bushes.
Yeah.
But I know he's back in prison.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, okay, let me be. Thank you, sir. Let me be careful going in the house because he might be in there holding my kids hostage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But think about it.
Yeah.
I know this guy's in prison.
Yeah.
I know he's back.
Well, this side knows he's in prison.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I had to go get mental health and get cured of my PTSD. That's real talk. I never talked about it. You know what I'm saying? So that is something that really happened to me. You know, I was still going through the trauma after the trauma, weeks and months afterwards. Think about it. Something happens to you. You think, okay, it's water under the bridge, and then you I would say you somewhere, some dude attack you. You know what I'm saying? You beat him up or whatever. Anything happens, whatever. But you get out of it alive. 3 weeks later, you going somewhere and you see this motherfucker coming out the bushes and you know it ain't him.
Yeah.
Right.
You just you just on alert. You
Yeah.
get in your car, checking the back seat, all that. I was going through all that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not surprising. You have to remember and understand that over the past 3 years, not just black society, but society as a whole has been through a ringer, right? And we've been through things that we never prepared ourselves mentally to go through, right? The strongest of person, the most successful of person, the richest of person, whatever you want to call it, whatever happiness and comfort looks like to you, that person went through some things they didn't expect to go through over the past 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? And so that is why I say what I say. You know, I'm not an exclusion to that. Like mental health, I didn't take it that seriously until I started going through a couple of things over the past few years or whatever the case is. Like, wait a second. This ain't supposed to happen to me.
Right.
Right? This is not I'm Jarard. I've set myself up in life where I'm okay. Like this ain't supposed to
light-skinned.
happen to me. I ain't supposed to be worried about this.
You know what? The world, all of this stuff that's going on in the world is literally making people mentally imbalanced.
Yeah.
It really is.
You know why? Because you weren't prepared to
Exactly.
fight the imbalance. That's why.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't think y'all knew this, and this is gonna be my first time. Well, it's my first time here, so y'all listen. Did you know that Alicia was crazy?
Yeah, absolutely. Real crazy.
I'm trying. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, she real crazy, and
The fact that she referring to herself in third person. That's all I
and,
know.
and not afraid to admit
And
her
I didn't
crazy.
want
And
I didn't want to say it.
I don't want people to
It's the
find
natural
that
hair
out
plus
though.
the asparagus. That's the
But
thing.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you
asparagus
talked-
moisturizer.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
she
you
That's
just
talked
said
about-
she don't want people to find that out. Like
Nah.
so you know we gonna die after this podcast,
But
right?
I'm
it's a
so
wrap.
glad
She didn't put it out there.
Your rim gonna fall off your car on the way home.
Exactly.
I'm so glad that you talked about mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think as men don't talk about it enough.
How much time do we have?
Men
Sus?
don't try to seek help to fix their mental health. You guys try to camouflage it because you feel like it's a weakness when you don't take care of your mental health. And I think that's something that's wrong in our community as well.
Alicia, you
Not
are
just
absolutely
from
right.
Absolutely. Right.
not just from the pandemic, but
Me and Elon Musk, we was the only ones that was rocking these last 3 years. I don't know what you talking about.
so you ain't nothing wrong with you. You and Elon Musk, y'all good.
I think
said he
him
good,
and
guys.
Trump going at it right now. You know what?
Alicia.
Yes.
My bad, Steve.
Go ahead.
Real quick. This goes back to what I was talking about earlier, right? Everybody that's out here committing these crimes and doing these things that are bad and, you know, just completely blowing off what life is all about, that's mental health. That's a
Yes.
mental health problem. That's what that is.
Right.
You have to understand if you put the things in order chronologically speaking, you will see that mental health became an issue when it became compromised. It became compromised when we got put in a position as society that we were not prepared for.
Right.
Right.
Call me a liar.
No, I agree with
So
that.
that's what happened, and that's the reason why everything you see, it looks like Beirut in every urban city in the country right now.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah. I
But
agree.
the fact that there's no caveat to it, and the fact that there's no conflict, there's nobody coming to say, wait a minute, you're still an important person. You are an important black person. You are a phenomenal black woman and man. You matter. Nobody is saying those things, which is making people feel like life doesn't matter. Why? Right. Because we lost over 1 million lives in 720 days. Think about that. Just think about that for a second. And that's not just COVID, but it's primarily COVID, right? So of course people are going to think differently. Of course people are going to look at life like it's more expendable. Of course, the fact that they're not having to pay prices for stuff that they do. Right. That stuff matters, but guess what the common denominator is mental health. If you're not mentally strong enough to understand how to persevere through the things that you are going through, you are going to succumb to it one way or another. I agree. The way that you're built as a person is going to determine how you succumb to it. Right. You're going to act out. You're going to turn into a hermit. You're going something like that. Yeah. So that's what all of this is about, mental health.
Yeah, and I think people have to understand too. Like I'm just realizing this within the last few years. Like, yes, I am a parent, right? But I also am a human being, and so I have to
with the natural hair out today.
With my natural hair out today, but I have to also let my kids be aware. Let my kids be aware of me being human, and me just being, I'm like, okay, I'm here as your guide. Yes, I am your parent, but I also make mistakes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not perfect. So I think that that's a message for my household that works for us, because I don't want my kids to put me on like well, you're just my mom, you don't understand, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I'm your mom. I do understand. I've been through some things as well. But I'm here to help you guide yourself through this thing too. And guess what? I'm going to still make mistakes. I ain't perfect. But I want you to understand that I'm here for you. And a lot of kids don't get that in the household. You know? So
you make mistakes, huh? Your kids must have witnessed you getting caught stealing somewhere, huh?
I mean, I stole a couple grapes out of Kroger.
I eat them bitches like they mine. I walk around
in the store.
In the store.
Like, you grab a handful or like 2 or 3 at a time?
Not the bag. Walking around talking to people, man. Damn, man.
The cotton candy grapes.
What? Like, man. Try.
Steve, tell people how to follow you, man. Where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram and Twitter, Comic Steve Brown. One word, Comic Steve Brown. One word, Comic Steve Brown. Also, my Facebook fan page, Comedian Steve Brown. And that's pretty much it. You know, my website, stevewbrown.com.
And what do you have coming up? Like,
I'll be in Detroit, Michigan this weekend at Burt's Comedy House. And then, of course, I am in Charlotte, North Carolina with the Bros. The Brothers will make us 5 Fraternity Incorporated. And then, where am I? I'm in Baton Rouge at the end of the month. So, you know, everything's going well, man. I'm working. And, you know, got a couple of auditions coming up. So we're going to see what happens.
There you go.
Awesome.
Alicia?
Would you like to know what I have coming up?
No, you're one of the hosts of the show. I thought you were going to say something productive, but you're not.
No, please follow me at Alicia, ALISHACOLEY, Coley. That's how you spell it, on Instagram and Facebook. And I have a lot of things coming up. I will be at a bike event with Swallows on Saturday. So come out and taste it. It's going to be really,
I still can't
good.
believe she named it that.
Like,
I can't.
She said, I'm going to be at a bikers event this Saturday, swallowing. I'm like, Alicia.
I said with Swallows.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I said what we heard was,
look,
y'all
hey, man, Alicia, you got to change that.
You got to change the name, baby.
That is LLC, okay? No, it's not getting changed, and I'm getting coins.
You setting yourself up. You setting yourself up. As you pull up
for
at
y'all
that
to stop
biker
by.
event. You pick up. You
I'm setting myself up for y'all to stop by.
Biker, just come up with his Johnson out. You the one that
that shit swallow. You got that asparagus and everything.
Right.
Like, come on,
give me that pineapple one for my wife tonight. That's that pineapple.
Swallow.
So yes, I'll be there, and then I'll be also. We have a new room that I've started last week in Snellville. So Escovich's Event Center is doing really well. The next show is tomorrow with Coco Brown. And then we go back August 4th. We're going to start doing it every.
She didn't say Steve Brown, did she? She didn't say that.
I didn't say Steve Brown because
she didn't say nothing about Steve Brown. Did you?
I'm gonna get you there, Steve. You know, first of all, let me tell y'all something.
You live in Atlanta?
I live in Atlanta.
Okay,
I've been trying to book Steve Brown for the last 4 years, right?
Before when they do this,
pandemic.
Steve, when they do this.
Yes,
in
when I
trouble.
grab the air, okay.
When they do this right here, it's a wrap.
Hey, you know
kept-
what? Now, listen,
Steve kept
listen,
was like,
listen,
"Oh,
listen,
I don't know you, little girl.
Listen,
I don't."
Nah, listen. She has been trying to book me, but I was always booked.
That is true.
He's gonna
a
be
little
booked.
bit.
I mean, that's
a little bit true. That is.
I
I mean,
I
the
don't know
majority
you,
of it
little
is
girl.
true. But he was like, I don't know you. Let me ask around first. So then I guess he got a referral or something like that. And he was home at the same time, and
well, I feel like
and it worked
now
out.
there should be more booking with.
Hell
Steve
no,
Brown.
I ain't fucking with
Yes, he is.
Oh shit.
Matter of fact, we'll see if he comes out. I'm gonna let y'all know if he comes out the next time I call him and see what he say.
Wow, now you're trying to put pressure on me.
That
he say.
that's straight up. Listen, Case will return next week.
Yes. With
He's
his
not done. He's just not feeling well. He'll be back next week. We appreciate you joining us.
Also, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off.
You good.
Case will return, but if he's not, he's in court testifying. I just had to get that out there. Y'all, come on, Case, man.
funny.
Listen, it happens. Case, it happens, bro. It
Hey,
happens.
he on you, Case. I know
That
Case
is
watching.
Case,
funny.
it happens, bro. Case.
Pause. That's a pause, Gerard.
No, that shit was hilarious.
You said
That's-
he's on you, Kate. No, that's a
See,
pause.
the fact that you think like that, that's
I'm
negative.
just
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's,
see,
that's
that-
negative.
this
That's
is
what we
why-
don't
this
need.
is
You
what-
can't be an
I
ambassador
don't
for the black
care.
We
people.
don't
Like-
need this in our community.
They would love
don't
me.
need this.
They would love my
those
shenanigans in the
underhanded
community.
comments.
Yes,
But,
they
hey,
would.
why you hating?
Yeah,
Why you hating?
yeah, that
That's
was
funny.
That's
Listen, we'll return next week for the Kickback Podcast. Thank you for joining us. We out of here, man.
Thank
Not
you.
Case. Hey, man, thank y'all so much.
that was
for
dope.
having me.